Welcome back. Texas filing a brief with the Supreme Court in support of the temporary travel ban on 6 majority Muslim countries. The state, part of a 16-state coalition, urging the justices to reinstate the president's executive order. The Attorney General of the Lone Star State, Ken Paxton, taking the lead role in this effort. He joins me now right now, live from Dallas. Mr. Attorney General, good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us, sir.
Hey, great to be back. Thanks,
Well,
Maria.
I mean, the states keep pushing back and keep pushing against Donald Trump's everything. How are you going to be successful here?
Well, how about the law? We think we're absolutely right on the law. There's a federal law that clearly gives the president the authority to do this. His travel ban is right in line with that statute. And so we're confident if the court actually follows federal law that the president will be just fine.
You know what's incredible is the success that this president has had already on this issue in terms of immigration, in terms of deportations. The number of people trying to come to America right now is way down. Already we've seen an impact from this president's talking points without even this executive order.
I can tell you as a Texan, we deal with this issue every day. We've been dealing with it for years. We beg for help from the federal government. And this president has more impact on illegal immigration in the last 4 or 5 months than any president that I've ever seen.
Tell us what it is like at the border. I mean, there you are in Texas, really seeing things firsthand. Can you give us a sense of what's going on at the border in terms of understanding who's coming in and who's going out and our vetting process?
So our public safety officials do statistics on crimes along the border and illegal immigration, and it has been a significant problem. We've had over 500,000 crimes over the last 5 years, from sexual assaults to drug crimes to assaults. And what's great about this immigration policy, not just the policy, but some of the plans for the future, is starting to cut down on these crimes and also significantly impacting illegal immigration in Texas.
So this brief that you filed in Texas with the Supreme Court, give us the background in terms of why you believe that you want to support the travel ban and you're urging the justices to reinstate that travel ban.
So we've been frustrated with this issue for years. We asked the Obama administration to deal with the vetting process. We've had lots of refugees from, terrorist-like countries come into our state. We've known nothing about them. We actually filed a lawsuit about this, and we were told that the federal government had control over this issue. And now that somebody's actually doing something about it, President Trump, now suddenly there's a limitation on his ability to do that.
When you say you've had these people coming into your state and we knew nothing about them, I mean, explain that. What do you mean you know nothing about them? Do you not know who's coming in and out of Texas?
So we had the Syrian refugee program, and I believe Texas had the largest number of Syrian refugees brought into our state. We knew nothing about them. There was no vetting that we were told about. We were asking for information. Our governor actually pulled out of the refugee program. Now, these people are still coming in, but we didn't want to be complicit in participating in a program where we knew nothing about people coming from a terrorist country, and that's why we pulled out.
Well, what you're saying is just extraordinary, that you know nothing about. You tried to pull out of the refugee program, but they were flooding in anyway. Who's in charge?
So the federal government's in charge, and then these private organizations help them resettle. Texas participated for a long time, but when we realized we had no control over knowing who these people were and the risk associated with it, our governor didn't feel like in good conscience that he could support the program, and so we pulled out so that we would not be complicit in helping potential terrorists come to our state.
Isn't it incredible that this travel ban was supposed to be only 90 days? Had they just gone with the travel ban, the 90 days would be over, and we would be moving forward and beyond this at this point. How do you think this plays out? Timeline from your standpoint in terms of getting the justice's attention on this?
Well, I'm pretty sure they'll hear it. It's such an important issue. Usually when the Justice Department asks for the Supreme Court to hear something, you'll get the hearing. What's amazing in this case is there have been, I think, 44 travel bans since Jimmy Carter, and these are the first 2 to be enjoined or stopped or even challenged. So it's really unusual that the courts have stepped in and tried to impose their own views on this.
Yeah, it's really incredible. Attorney General Paxton, good to see you, sir. Thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Have a great day. Thank you.
We appreciate it. Ken Paxton joining us there. So now let's take a look at the Middle East. Cracking down on Qatar, one of the richest men in the world, is telling us why President Trump's stance on that oil-rich country could help stop ISIS dead in its tracks. We're looking ahead on Sunday Morning Futures right here. New information on the Qatar story next.
The fabric in this bulletproof vest is so